Shapes are a powerful tool that you can use in Photoshop to create different effects for your design. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create different shapes and how to customize them in order to suit your design. So the very first shape we are going to be creating is going to be a rectangle. So all we have to do for that is to come to our shape panel. We click on rectangle tool, sorry, and then we can draw. So if I want to draw a rectangle, I just need to click here and drag. Once you click and drag, automatically the rectangle has been created. Now on this rectangle, on this shape tool, you can modify several things. Now we can modify the fill color. The fill color there is this main color we are seeing. There you can choose it. You can choose any other color you want, maybe from the color palettes that have been created here, the RGB color palette, or you can use the CMYK color palette, grayscale color palette. You choose any color from within. Maybe I want this color. The moment I click on this color, it's already activated there. Or you can use few colors. If I wanted this red, I just choose that. So that is it. That is how you change your color. Another way of changing your color, if the color is not found within this palette, is to use the color wheel here. When you click on the color picker, you can now choose whatever color you want from the selection of colors. So here is the saturation. If you want the color to be more saturated, if you want a desaturated version of the color, you desaturate it here. If you want a different color hue, you can use a hue here to change the color from one color to another. So here maybe we want something greenish. I just pick the green here and I take OK. The moment I do that, you see the color is already changed. Another thing you can apply, another change you can make on this shape which you have just drawn is to use to apply a stroke on it. A stroke is actually an outline that is attached to the image that you've created. So maybe I may want a dark blue outline to be attached to apply to the image. So you see this dark blue outline has been applied to the image and it has taken almost half of the image. So what I'm going to do here is just to reduce the size of that outline. You see the outline is being reduced. So if you want the outline to be bigger, you can increase it from here. If you want it smaller, you can reduce from here. So that is another thing you can modify in your design. Another thing you can do here also is to use your stroke options. In your stroke options, you can make it to be dashes, or these points. These are the effects you can apply. If you want a straight line, you use this. If you want dashes, you use this one. If you want them to have rounded corners, you can choose here for rounded corners. You see, the moment I change this, everything becomes rounded, becomes round. Okay, so that is it. That is it. So if you don't want the strokes anymore, you just have to click here and click on this first button that is crossed. You can. So if you don't want a fill color for your shape, you can also click here, click on this first button that is crossed, and cancel. So you have a shape there without a fill color. So that is how you modify your shape. Then assuming that I wanted the corners of this my shape to be curved, though there is a tool here that can do that, but assuming that I drew this and I wanted to curve the corners of this rectangle, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go to my shape layer, click there, make sure that my properties panel is activated. If properties panel is not activated in your Photoshop, you just need to go to Windows and then make sure that properties is checked. So when you check on properties, you come here. I need to come here and make sure that all of these corners are linked up, and then you can increase from here. See, as I increase, I click here and I increase, or you can type it in. Maybe I want it to be at 90. I do that. You see all the sides now have 90 curves of 90 pixels. I can reduce that if that is what I want. Okay, so that is it. So assuming that I didn't want to go through the route of doing this by myself, I could just click here and I use the rounded rectangle tool. With the rounded rectangle tool, as you are drawing, it automatically curves the corners. But now you might want to refine the edges, so you just come to the properties again, maybe increase it if you want it to be more rounded. Okay, so that is it for the rectangle tool. Okay, let's go to the ellipse tool. The ellipse tool is used to draw circles or spheres. Okay, if I want a circle, you see you can draw a shape, circular shape of any kind, a freehand circular shape. So when I do this, you see it draws. If I want a perfect circle, all I need to do is to hold the shift key and I draw. It now gives me a perfect circle. So that is how you draw a circle using Photoshop. Okay, then another tool found within this list is the polygon tool. Now with the polygon tool, you can you can draw by putting the number of sides you want in your design. For instance, if I want to draw something like a rectangle, a triangle, sorry, I just need to put 3 sides there and I come down to draw. Immediately I start drawing, you see it produces a triangle. If I want a shape that has 5 sides, I just need to come up here and put 5 sides. I take OK. When I draw now, you see the shape that I'm drawing comes with 5 sides. If I wanted let's say 10 sides, I just need to put 10, enter, and I draw the shape. You now see the shape having 10 sides. So that is how you draw shapes in Photoshop using the shape tool. And also in Photoshop, there are custom shapes that come with Photoshop, but most at times they may not be displayed in Photoshop. So how do you activate them, or how do you check for them if they are installed? You just have to go to Windows, you activate the shapes panel. When you click on the shapes panel, this is the shapes panel. So these are the basic ones that come in Photoshop. You have leaves, leaf trees. I can choose this first one. When you click there, drag and drop, you see the tree is drawn. So you may want to change the color of this. How do you change the color? You just need to come here, click on custom shapes tool, then you click on custom shapes tool. You can now change the fill color here to maybe green, since most trees are always green in color, if that is what you want. Okay, it changes to green. So there are other options there. Wild animals, you can choose wild animals. If I want this, I just drag and drop, use my move tool, can reduce the size, change the color. Maybe I want it black or the same green color, no problem. You see, they have basic tools here you can use for your design, basic tools. So there are other sets known as legacy tools, which are not automatically installed when you install Photoshop. So to activate those ones, you have to click up here on this button here. When you click on this button, you go down to legacy shapes and more. When you click on that, it's going to be activated for you. So for me to see mine, I just need to close these ones. Then you see legacy shapes and more. So these are the legacy shapes. We have 2019 shapes. See, there are many more shapes that you can use in your design projects. So these are the shapes you can use. If you want to use an arrow in your design, you can just bring your arrow here, rotate it, maybe change the color if that is what you want. See, change the color to green. Whatever shape you want. There are a lot of shapes here. You just need to spend some time and explore them and see the ones that will fit in your design. And that is it. So this is how we draw basic shapes in Photoshop. So you can also do custom shapes, but we are going to cover that in another tutorial. I don't want this tutorial to be very long. We are going to cover that when we're talking about using the pen tool. So I hope this tutorial was helpful to you. Please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and drop a comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching.